Thank you for joining us. The trending burning question. Kejriwal is getting support. Very little support from India, but a lot of support from countries like America, countries like Germany, and now the United Nations. United Nations has given a comment about Kejriwal's arrest while saying that everyone's rights must be protected, etc. The same UN, which has been wishy-washy on how UNRWA or UNRWA employees, UNRWA members in Gaza were disguised as terrorists. The same United Nations is giving advice to India that they hope Kejriwal's rights are protected. Why are these countries speaking out of turn? That's our trending burning question.
US and Germany raising questions about India's democracy. India taking a strong exception.
Yesterday, India had lodged its strong objection and protest with the senior official from the US Embassy with regard to the comments made by the US State Department. The recent remarks by the State Department are unwarranted.
Questioning of democracy leading to a diplomatic tiff.
Ich komme zurück auf den Fall des verhafteten Oppositionspolitiker Arvind Kejriwal. Nachdem Ihr Kollege den Fall am Freitag kommentiert hat, wurde der stellvertretende Botschafter in Delhi vom dortigen Außenministerium einbestellt.
Also Indien und Deutschland ein großes Interesse an einer vertieften Kooperation haben und da auch vertrauensvoll zusammenarbeiten. Insofern würde ich jetzt ungern hier aus vertraulichen internen Gesprächen berichten.
All of it seems to be an orchestrated attack on India's democracy. And the face of the campaign, Bangladeshi politician journalist Mushfiqul Fazal Ansari. Ansari wanted in his country for spreading disinformation and booked under terror charges. But the question that remains is, who is behind the malign India attack campaign? That is the trending burning question.
All right, on the debate this evening, we have Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us live from the national capital. Akash Deep Muni, political analyst leaning towards the Aam Aadmi Party, also on the debate. Live from Chandigarh, and Utsav Chakrabarti, who is the executive director of Hindu Action, joining us live from Washington, D.C. Let me go across to Akash Deep Muni. Akash Deep, are your allies in I.N.D.I.A, or are your allies in the US, the UN, and Germany? Why are they so interested about Kejriwal? And who are they to lecture us?
Yeah, Niranjan ji, I won't be able to answer your question because I am not Aam Aadmi Party or I am not from India Alliance. I am a simple political analyst. But what I can answer is that I must say that the United Nations, US and Germany must restrain themselves, as told by Aam Aadmi Party also many a times, yesterday on your channel also, that they should restrain themselves in our internal affairs. However, one point I want to make is that although the country should not make the statements, but the journalists who are reporting, like CNN, BBC and other channels who are reporting, Al Jazeera, what they are reporting is concerning for both of Indians and abroad also. How Indian democracy is being throttled by some, which seems it being throttled by some of the actions of enforcement directorate, central agencies, and also central government. We have seen that how it seems like that enforcement directorate is biased when they say that they don't have a money trail in this case and they keep a sitting chief minister inside jail. The interesting factor is that you might be worried as a journalist because you reported against the Air India scam, and today the scamster, when he joined BJP, is out and the case is closed. So it's a somewhat worrying situation in India. However, I must say again that United Nations should be more worried about international affairs rather than interfering in our internal affairs. And please don't search any scapegoat on this. But the one thing is I want to point out is the MEA should be answerable that why our diplomacy is failing and why these things have not been curbed till now.
Yeah, let me go across, to Charu Pragya. Let me get in the BJP's version to this. Charu Pragya, you should also, do you think India must also take a stand on the way Trump is being treated in America about the $400 million fine that is being levied, on Donald Trump? You should also be vocal about the serious allegations of Israel that members of a UN agency, which is called UNRWA, UNRWA, were involved in the terrorist attack on Israel. They were members of UNRWA, but were actually terrorists in disguise who entered Israel and killed Israeli citizens, right? We should also speak about these things, to give it back to them in a language that they also understand.
Niranjan, a very good evening to you and good evening to all our viewers. Let's understand one thing very clearly and very categorically. India of today, the new India, never minces its words, and we do give it back, to quote you. At whatever platform this giving back is required, and it is done so in strong language which cannot be translated to mean anything else other than what we mean. So let's put this aside and be very clear that we are in a position where Indian diplomats, Indian ministers are speaking their mind and are putting India's position and India's thought on the global platform without any fear. The second thing we should remember is that we are a sovereign nation and we do not want interference of any other country in our internal affairs. And that is one reason why we also refrain from interfering in any other country's internal matters. Terrorism not being one of them, because terrorism is something which unites the globe, and we have always spoken out against terrorism, whether it's an attack somewhere or the situation in Palestine and Israel. India has always spoken out. But beyond that, we do our job and we expect the same from the other countries. MEA has spoken to diplomats, the Deputy Chief of Mission from the USA, spoken to the Germans, and we have seen Germany backtrack. But see, there is this particular misinformation which is being floated by certain sections of the media, which is encouraged by certain politicians in the country. And let's put that also as clearly across as the first statement. So their political motives are served by spreading half news. They say that a chief minister is behind bars, but they do not state that he is behind bars for skipping 9 summons by the Enforcement Directorate in a scam. In a scam where money trail has been established by the same Supreme Court. So we actually, I think, need to communicate harder, faster, better, and it has to be done from media outlets like you. And I thank you for picking up this topic today.
Niranjan, there is a fact check.
Let me get in our third. Yeah, what's your fact check? You can fact check her and I'll go across to our third panelist. What's your fact check?
Just 5 seconds fact check. ASG, who is the lawyer of Enforcement Directorate, Mr. Raju, told in the court, and it is written in the court proceedings also, that money trail has not been established. They are finding one, quote unquote. So money trail till now has not been established. Thank you.
The previous judgment spoke.
You can check.
The
Niranjan,
previous judgment spoke of a money trail of 350 crore. And that has gone into Aam Aadmi Party coffers, and based on that evidence plus more, the CM is behind bars. Based on that itself, the other ministers were behind bars.
Common man, please Google Raju said or not in court. It is in court proceedings that there has not been established.
What Raju said in court
trail.
And what Kejriwal said in court is being misrepresented sufficiently by Aam Aadmi Party. The bottom line is, if you can get a bail...
Okay, let me get Nutsav also.
If a Lalu Prasad Yadav can also get bail, you can't point fingers at the court today.
Can I get in a word?
The Chief Minister remains behind bars.
Charu, I agree with you.
There is sufficient to keep him there.
How can you agree with her?
Yeah, Charu Pragya, I do agree with you that.
Niranjan,
no, one second. No, 1 second. I'm not agreeing with her. I'm not agreeing with her
on. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a judge.
Oh my God! You hear me? Don't selectively quote me. 1 sec. Don't selectively quote me. 1 sec. Charu. He's selectively quoting me. I was about to complete my sentence when he butted in and tried to draw his conclusion. I was saying that I agree with her to the point that there is selective reporting on this issue when these so-called Western media outlets, fading Western media outlets, say and fail to report. They say one thing, but they fail to report the fact that he'd skipped 9 summons. And I think that's a record for any Indian politician, let alone a chief minister. It's really sad, because even the Prime Minister, let me remind you, when he was summoned, when he was just a chief minister, even when he was summoned when he was a chief minister, had responded to those summons, and he didn't create this hangama, this hype, this drama. He just went, he attended the summons, he followed the rule of law, right? So it's one thing to do drama and then start this the Ashirwad Do Kejriwal Ko campaign, right? That's okay. You have the right to do that. But it's also political drama. It makes for good television. And before elections, of course, you can drum up and get some sympathy if it gets you good, some votes. Yeah, good for you. I want to go across Utsav. Charu, just hold on. Charu, hold on. Charu, hold on. Utsav hasn't spoken. One sec, hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. I'll come to you. Charu, just hold on. Utsav Chakrabarti.
Yeah.
See, Utsav, I think India is being very, 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 careful. I don't know why they're being careful about, these things. I mean, of course, they may respect the US, they may respect Germany. They have done their bit to call, diplomats from these countries and register their protest. But we have never spoken out of turn to take a stand on the violence in America, right? The racist attacks in America. And so many of our Indian students are also being killed. So we should have spoken about the law and order situation. But, yes.
So that is what a mature democracy and a mature statesman, country which has a lot of good statesmen do. They respect international relations. They respect their foreign allies. And they respect even those who may not be fully allied with them. And that's what a mature nation does. So I really like the fact that India has responded in measure as needed, and I hope it will continue to do that. Now, I just want to, because I live in Washington, D.C., I just want to make a comment on the State Department question answer and the people involved in it. So more than the fact that America made a statement or the State Department made a statement on this, it is important for everybody in India and around the world to understand that America is full of lobbies. There are multiple power centers jostling to influence politics both inside and outside the country. And the person who asked the question...
Utsav, can I just pause you there for a second and ask you a follow-up question?
Yes.
Can I just pause you there for a second and ask you a follow-up question? I was reading about it. A lot of people have made comments about Arvind Kejriwal at different stages of his career post the service, right? The administrative service. Whether it was his NGO or receiving funding at different stages of his activist career, has got funds from the Ford Foundation, for example. It's public knowledge. It's not a state secret. It's not blasphemous to talk about it, right? It's been reported. It's being discussed even now. His links to the Ford Foundation, for example, right? So would it be fair to say that there are lobbies? You mentioned lobbies, and that's why I picked up this point. Obviously, these lobbies are at work. Is it fair to say that, Utsav?
Yes, absolutely. Just the journalist who asked the question is very well known in Washington, D.C. for being a strong voice of the Jamaat-e-Islami, which is a pan-Islamist organization. He's originally from Bangladesh, but he has been pro-Jamaat-e-Islami, which includes Jamaat-e-Islami in Pakistan, as well as the Muslim Brotherhood in the Middle East. Yeah. He has been known in this area for that support structure for a really long time. And the fact that he asked the question, the least we can infer from it is that there are sympathetical groups in America linked to the pan-Islamist organizations that are trying to promote Kejriwal. I'm not saying that Kejriwal is linked with them. What I'm trying to say here is that they find benefit in promoting Kejriwal. And that is something that people in India have to understand and figure out why they are finding benefit in promoting Kejriwal.
No, why would they find benefit in promoting Kejriwal? It's a very, very interesting question. Very interesting question. Charu, why would they look at Kejriwal as an ally? Why?
See, the thing is, Niranjan, in the past, there have been links established between the Aam Aadmi Party and separatist outfits in other countries. In the past, there has been links established between Khalistani leaders and Aam Aadmi Party. We saw the state in which Punjab was, and not just once, they tried to do it a second time. This habit of creating anarchy to get their own way is a classic trademark Aam Aadmi Party style. And that is why there are interest groups abroad which feel that we can give them a little bit of money, have them say what we need, and today if that person is behind bars, how does it hurt them to make a statement or two here and there? At the end of the day, it doesn't make any difference in India, neither in the Indian judicial process nor in the Indian electoral process, and that is very clear to the people of this country. But instead of getting into technicalities, Niranjan, let's simplify things here. Let's simplify things and get it down to a point where we understand that all the press conferences which are being taken by Aam Aadmi Party leaders...
No, don't simplify. Don't simplify. Hold on. Don't simplify it yet.
Talk about the money.
Don't simplify it yet.
Talk about increased commission.
Don't. One second. Just pause there. Pause there.
Matlab, it's hilarious.
Charu, pause. Let me take that question. Let me take that question to Akashdeep. Just pause there. Because you made a very interesting point about separatists and dancing with separatists. When I say dancing, I don't mean it literally, but of course, tallying with them.
Yeah.
Let me ask Akashdeep. Akashdeep, is it true or not that there is this Khalistani terrorist called Pannu who recently put out a video, right, saying that he funded Kejriwal, and he has said something like, he's put a number to it. He's saying that pro-Khalistani groups gave $16 million to Arvind Kejriwal since 2014. Now, $16 million, right, is a lot of money. And in 2014, when Kejriwal was just beginning to make inroads in Indian politics, $16 million.
I knew you will bring in...
You think that's what she was referring to, Charu? You think that's the reference being made by Charu?
Absolutely.
No, I'm not bringing.
We can make more.
She brought it up.
References. We can talk about photographs of Khalistani leaders with Aam Aadmi Party leaders. We can talk about the fact that even now when Raghav Chadha was in London, Niranjan, he had a photograph with one MP, and that MP is a separatist sympathizer.
Niranjan.
Yes, you're right. She's talking about Preet Gill. Preet Gill has asked for a separate Khalistan.
And Preet Gill has made several...
She's an enemy of India. I'm sorry.
Which are anti-India.
She wants the breakup of India.
Right. Now, Niranjan.
Okay, can I get Akashdeep to respond to that? Yes, Akashdeep.
The moment, now, if you allow me, then I'll unravel all everything.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Janata Party Akali Alliance. What they have been doing in Punjab. What they have done since 1995 in Punjab. Okay. And how under their rules, under the Akali and Bharatiya Janata Party rules, how they supported Khalistanis. How Akalis has always supported Khalistanis, with whom Bharatiya Janata Party was in alliance for a longer period of time. How they have supported
No. You know what? Even your current alliance partner, Congress, leaders have left the party in Punjab stating exactly this, that you are bad for national security. And Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab spells trouble for the whole country. Can you deny that?
Okay. And Pannu, you are talking about Pannu. Now I'll point to point. I'll rebut. Pannu statement. Pannu was not talking about anything else, but he was warning Kejriwal. He was warning Kejriwal that in Tihar jail, Khalistani will be...
Why is it that all your statements need to be deciphered and translated in this vague manner?
Okay. Listen to me.
Take it as what it was at face value. Pannu gave money, his institution, organizations gave money to Aam Aadmi Party.
He was warning. आप थोड़ा सा पढ़ के आइए, थोड़ा सा न्यूज पढ़ के आइए, मैं कोट कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं, आप थोड़ा सा पढ़ लीजिए, बिकॉज ये ना आपका जो मनी ट्रेल्स है, ये ओपन नॉलेज हो चुका है, ठीक है ना? ये पढ़ के आइए वाला डायलॉग वाले दिन चले गए हैं, क्योंकि आप मेरे सामने तो ये बोलिए ही मत. Can you deny Preet Gill's photograph with Raghav Chadha in London? One and only picture comes out and it is with a separatist. Is that a statement Aam Aadmi Party is making? Niranjan, can I get an answer to this, please? What is the political statement being made by the Aam Aadmi Party?
Akashdeep and Charu. Nobody can hear you both. One second. Charu, 1 second. Charu and Akashdeep, nobody can hear you both. 1 second. Charu, pull back. Charu, pull back. Akashdeep, pull back for a second. pull back for a second, because nobody can hear you when you're screaming. Both of you are talking about what Pannu said. Let me tell you what Pannu said. Pannu is first of all a terrorist. Let me tell you, Akashdeep, I agree with you. He's a terrorist. You can't take him at face value. We think the guy is a joke. Pannu is a joke. Okay? Pannu is a joke. But he has said, Kejriwal had a meeting with them in Gurdwara, Richmond Hills in New York in 2014, where Kejriwal allegedly promised to release the 1993 Delhi blast convict Devinder Pal Singh Bullard in lieu of financial support. That's the statement he's made. Right? It's being reported also everywhere. I mean, first of all, I agree with you. We don't take him seriously, but he has said that. Right? Now, you can't say that the BJP paid Pannu to make such an allegation. You can't say that the government of India has Pannu, cornered. Yeah. That is why Pannu made that statement. Right? Then, he's the same guy who targets the Modi government all the while, right? And he's the same guy who claimed that agencies tried to target him. He's a joke. He's a joke. Then you can't be flirting with Khalistani elements on one hand. And Charu was right. And let me go across to Utsav. Let me give Utsav the last word. Utsav, do you think the time has come for India to speak up? Openly make a statement. Hope that Trump gets a fair trial. Hope that Trump gets a fair trial, right? Hope that the law and order machinery in the US administration, they should. I think we should speak out. The time has come, isn't it, Utsav? We should speak out. Would you back India doing that, taking a more aggressive stand? I think it's time.
I think I would back the extremely capable Foreign Minister of India, Sri Jaishankar, to take the right decision. To be honest with you, I have been living in this country for the last 25 years. And in the last 6 to 7 years, the amount of diplomatic success and the amount of image building with backed up information and growth that India has achieved is really immense, and it's really appreciable. So I will let the Indian government and the capable officials in the Indian Foreign Ministry decide what to do. And I have full faith in America in doing the right thing when it comes to not interfering in foreign relations with India. And I think better minds will prevail. I think there will be lobbies in America which will continue to push this narrative. By the way, the same journalist Mushfiq who asked the question about Kejriwal was also very close to the Rahul Gandhi event last year in Washington, D.C. And we have a picture of him with Rahul Gandhi. So that doesn't mean much, but just sharing it with our audiences in India, there are a lot of elements in America from different international groups, organizations, lobbies that are not happy to see India succeed as a country and to see India succeed as a democracy. So they will be putting their pressure on America and on other countries around the world to make India look bad before the election. That's a tried and tested technique for a really long time. There will be media outlets like Al Jazeera openly helping them. So I was seeing my colleague here quoting Al Jazeera or mentioning Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera is not a friend of India and will always do everything to undermine India. So just for everybody's information. So we have to understand what things are. We do not need to overreact to it. We should have faith in India's democracy and in India's judiciary. I think India is one of the strongest democracies in the world, has 75 years of record proving it. So let chips fall where they fall. But it is important that we understand that there are lobbies out there working against India.
Yeah, and the last, I just want to make a last point that, I don't know how many people know, but the same United Nations that hopes that the rights of Sri Arvind Kejriwal will be protected. I hope that they come out and make a statement on employing terrorists as well, Charu. Charu, I think the time has come for India to also issue a statement. When Israel revealed that 6 UNRWA workers, UNRWA, a nodal agency of the UN, 6 of them were part of the wave of terrorists who breached the Gaza-Israel border and massacred civilians inside of Israel. Right? I think India should have issued a statement on these terrorists inside the UN.
For terrorism, we'll always issue a statement.
Employed by the UN,
Other than
paid
that,
by the
I think
UN.
India's foreign policy is been walking on a path which is absolutely perfect and there's no deviating from it. But before we end, I'm just going to take 10 seconds to make an observation here. Aam Aadmi Party is making a political statement even today by preferring to side with foreign forces intent on breaking India than dealing with the corruption mess that their own party has left behind in the capital of the country.
I want 10 seconds. That's strongly rebut.
Why don't you talk about Preet Gill in your 10 seconds then?
Okay, you can strongly rebut. I've run out of time. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, Akashdeep. Akashdeep, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I have to end it. Come on.
Talk about
Charu, let him. Charu, give him 10 seconds. Charu, give him 10 seconds. Charu, give him 10 seconds. Charu, I'm running out of time. Give him 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Charu, give him 10 seconds.
I want to make it that by adjoining name of Kejriwal with anti-national forces working outside is a good propaganda of Bharatiya Janata Party. But remember, after Aam Aadmi Party came in Punjab,
we are not writing articles for him in Washington.
Okay, running out of time. Thank you very much. That's all the time I had. Charu, Utsav and Akashdeep. I gave you 10 seconds. I've run out of time. Thank you very much. I've run out of time. Utsav, Akashdeep and Charu. Arnab is joining us next in 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Arnab live on the debate in 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you.